Welcome and thanks for joining me right here on the channel. The solution is you. I really do appreciate you for stopping by the channel. Now, if you enjoyed the content, be sure to hit that like button, subscribe to my channel. Let me go ahead and get into today's quick message. Now, the topic of today, 3 reasons why she will not listen to you. Now, in relationships, there are a lot of reasons why your woman may not listen to you. And too many times we see dysfunctional relationships, relationships that are filled with toxicity. There's a lot of domestic violence situations. And most times in these types of situations, it all comes down to just basic respect and knowing what you want out of life for yourself, and then combining your skills and your talents and all the things that makes you great, combining that with someone that you can grow with and you can go ahead and just live life like you want to. So today I'm giving you 3 reasons on why your woman will not listen to you. So number one is you may have met her on bad terms. So this may be a woman, you may have met her in the workplace. The workplace is a place where many relationships form because that's where you spend the majority of your time. So in the workplace, it's very common to meet the person who you're looking at to be with long term. And this may be an individual who has a reputation for getting around in the office. So she's being passed around by a lot of the guys in the office, and word has got out that this is a woman that is very easy. And so sometimes you have men who they want to take advantage of this opportunity, especially knowing that they can get this type of sex or something on the regular. So it's always good to just get with a woman where you know she's always down to provide some sexual gratification, and you can get this anytime you want. So you're thinking by making her yours, and this could include spending money on her all the time when it's unwarranted. Maybe she hasn't done anything for you to warrant why you would spend so much money on her up front without really getting to know her. And when you meet a woman on bad terms and you're treating her like royalty, a lot of times women will lose respect for you. These type of women would lose respect for you because deep down they understand what they bring to the table, and a lot of times they know that you're basically overqualified for the position, and a woman internally will turn off to this situation knowing that you're not being a man, and basically urging her to do the right thing, because naturally each of us as individuals, we want to do the right thing. We want to take off in life. We want to be pushed and motivated to do great things in life. And regardless of what you may see in the behavior that you may see out of a woman, especially a woman who's getting around in the office, or maybe in the neighborhood, or you may be associated with some organization where a woman is being passed around and word has gotten back to you, a woman will still want to make something out of herself. It just depends on her state of mind and who she comes in contact with. And I think a lot of guys don't understand the power that they possess, is that we have great power, and we have power of influence, we have power of leadership, we have power to basically change perspectives, and a lot of behaviors and things that we see can change just based off of a man who is very serious about himself, very confident, and wants to see the best out of whoever he wants to be with long term. So when you have a woman that's being passed around, and you have a guy who's basically, instead of giving her the information that she needs as far as getting her life together and so forth, you're throwing money at the situation, or you're trying to persuade her to continue to act, and while you take advantage of it, and in the meantime you kind of partially acting as if you a husband but really not. So a woman will basically lose respect for a situation like this because you are not stepping up from what she understands what a man ought to be. You're not stepping up to the plate, and therefore along the line she will disrespect you as the relationship moves on. This also could be a situation where you're in a one night stand, same thing, where you're in a one night stand and maybe you are very satisfied with the way the woman is putting it down in the bedroom. So you decide that you're going to take her back to your place and you want her to move in with you and all of this. And a woman will lose respect for you because she cannot understand, or she may understand why you are putting all this time into her, but she's not at that point in her life where she's ready to settle down. And sometimes you have men who are in one night stands, they try to force a situation. And so a lot of times women sense this and they'll rebel. So women who are in one night stands, the last thing that they want to do is get into a long-term relationship with any guy because that's not where their mind is at that moment. Doesn't mean that they can't be turned around at some point, but most men who are trying to make something long-term out of a woman usually go about trying to change this woman in the wrong way. So number two, you are more confused than she is, or you may be making bad decisions, or a combination of the two. So typically women, they are nurturers and they get very emotional just at random times, especially when they are up against tough decisions. And usually this is by nature. There are some women who can withstand pressure and can endure great amount of stress. But for the majority who are looking to play a woman's role or a wife's role, they're looking to basically support and not necessarily take lead on important situations or decisions. So in these types of situations where the man needs to be the leader, if you're in a situation where uh, decisions have to be made on something that's important, that's involving your life, things that are life changing, that's going to involve your impact to your finances, impact to your lifestyle, impact to your family. This is a situation where, as a man, if you're confused and because of your confusion, you're asking your woman what you should do, and you just have no clue on how to, go about resolving issues, or you find yourself keep making mistake after mistake after mistake, and you haven't turned the ship around, and you have other people who basically trying to give you information, but for some reason it's just not working with you. And you have a woman that's depending on you to get things right and to keep things smooth so that she can fall into her role as a supporter. See, and that's the thing about women. Women, a good woman, I ain't talking about just any woman, a good woman wants to support a great guy. She wants to support your vision. She wants to back you up. She wants to make sure that everything is nice and comfortable for you to go out and make a living for you too. And when you have a woman that's doubting anything that you do, and she has very little confidence in the decisions that you're making, this is a big turnoff for her. And so what this could lead to is her not listening, her looking elsewhere to get fulfillment. This includes possibly being with other guys in order to feel a sense of importance, or maybe by her being with another guy who is making the correct decisions and making tough choices and getting things right on the first go around, she feels like she's in her role to support maybe that guy and not listening to you. So a woman, whenever you are just as confused as she may be, she will tune out and not listen to you at all. And in most cases, doesn't matter what you say or what you do or how much money you have or what your status is in life. You just can't turn this situation around. And which leads me to number three. Your woman may be checked out. So she may have a long time ago checked out of the relationship, so she is just no longer listening to you. Maybe you met her on bad terms, and maybe you appeared more confused than her, and maybe you were trying to encourage her to live a lifestyle of a wife, and she's just not ready for that. I mean, every woman isn't meant to be wife material. She may not be at that point in her life, and it may be several years until she is ready. And just because of her looks, or maybe because she can do a couple of things that a wife may be um, able to typically do, such as maybe if the woman is a club dancer or something, but then she can really throw down in the kitchen. Or maybe if she has a couple of kids, so she has some experience with raising children, but then again, she has no responsibility as far as um, finance or budgeting, or maybe even no parent skills as far as the way that she talks to other people in general. I mean, there's no way that you can take maybe a couple of things and try to turn these things around into something that you would like for it to be, just because of your personal wants or needs. A lot of times it's just so important to feel a person out, date a person for a number of months, maybe up to a year, sometimes longer, just so you can get to know them and find out if this person is really someone who could fit into your situation and make things work. Otherwise, don't look to try to force anything. Don't try to make a woman into something that she's not. There's a lot of great women out here who are already packaged and ready to go, and would like to support a great man and do all that she can for you two to be successful in life. And there's no need to be in a situation where you could potentially risk your freedom, or put you in a situation where you may end up with some type of uh, disease, or even in situations where you could possibly lose your life because you're trying to force women to do things that they are not in position to do or don't want to do. I thank you for listening to me today. Please understand that the solution is you. With that, have a great day.